Python you should be using, and there's several different versions, but we're going to use the version 2, and I'll show you where to go here. So if we start, go to python.org and download. So depending on whether you have a Windows or a Mac computer, I have a Mac, so I downloaded this 2.76 version. There's a little bit difference here in the code, so we're going to work with the version 2 here. Once you open it up, so I downloaded mine already, and mine went into my applications. So I actually have the version 3 here as well. So if you click here on the 2.7, we're going to use what's called IDLE. And what that is, it's a little environment, it'll help us debug it. It's like an IDE, which is an Integrated Development Environment, I believe is what it stands for. So it helps us fix the errors, things like that. So if you click on IDLE, we get this little thing called a shell. So what a shell is useful for is if you have you want to test one line of code, you could test it here. I generally work in this other window, so if I just open up a new window, I get this blank screen. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is printing. Pretty simplistic. So if I want to print something, and this has changed a little bit in version 3, but we're going to do the version 2 version of printing. So let's say I'm going to do the famous Hello World problem. Now you can see run here. It says run module. It's going to ask me to save it first. And I'm just going to call this test. Replace it because I already have one. And there's my text. Pretty simple. So that's a way to test it. It shows what this is your output, this is your input. Let's say I want to have a blank line. I can do something like this. So I want to run all of that. And there's my hello world, there's my blank line, and there's my third line of text. So when you are saving this for an assignment, what you want to do, so let's say this was my first problem of an assignment. You want to actually give me, if this is number 1 code, copy and paste this. Number 1 output, copy and paste this. So I can see both the code and the output. So if you do have a mistake, I can tell where it's going. So that's the nice thing about Python. It's really simplistic, and having you print, it's very straightforward. So that is step 1. You want to download Python, and just a little exploration about printing. Let's see